Now the second question is, why do you give over much importance to the question of Meraj when you insist that it is not a physical, carnal ascent to heaven, but it was a spiritual experience? The answer lies in relation to the same question we are discussing. If we believe that he physically ascended to somewhere in the heaven and physically descended, then how would you justify the verse, قُلْ هَلْ كُنْتُ إِلَّا بَشَرٌ رَسُولًا? When this was demanded of him, and he had been to heaven and had returned, then why should he have said, I can't do it, because I am Bashar and Rasul? So the moment you believe that he did physically ascend to heaven, then you have to deny him both the attributes which God had given him. Then he is neither Bashar nor Rasul. Because according to the Quran, it is not for Bashar to ascend to heaven and return. It is not for Rasul to ascend to heaven and to return. And when they believed he did ascend to heaven and return, what is the evident conclusion? You refuse in Abdiyat and Risalat of Hazrat Muhammad Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. You reject the fundamental article of Muslim faith. وَأَشْهَدُ أَنَّ مُحَمَّدًا عَبْدُهُ وَرَسُولُهُ is neither Abd nor Rasul. And yet you say that it is not important. May not be important to us, to you. It's important, dearer than our life. To prove that the Quran is right, Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam is Bashar, Muhammad Rasulullah Sallam is Rasul, and as Bashar, as Rasul, he could not have physically ascended to heaven. But that is not the only reason. We can prove it from the Quran that this physical roya could not have taken place, because then even you have to lose God. It's not just a question of losing a Rasul and a Bashar. The first part is also destroyed of the Islamic kalima, La ilaha illallah. Where is Allah? If a physical thing can travel in his direction and reach him after the whole universe is finished and the barrier of the universe arrives, only there God is found. You will lose the whole of God altogether. And again, another verse of the Quran will stand in your way and would not permit you to misinterpret it, or that verse will have to be rejected. It says, فَأَيْنَمَا تَوَلُّوا فَثَمَّ وَجْهُ اللَّهِ. أَيْنَمَا تَوَلُّوا, and दूसरा एक और, there are other verses like similar. This subject has been taken up there in relation to Tahwil Qibla. And in many ways, another verse, Allahu nuru samawati wal ard. Huwa ma'akum aina ma kuntum. These are all the verses which tell us that God is where we are. God is in whichever direction we look. God is everywhere. Above, below, right, left, and here where we are. So why did God take him to a higher place in the universe which was physical, to meet him there? While the Holy Quran says God was with him when he took him. It doesn't say that Muhammad Rasulullah reached Asra bi abdihi laylam, which means God moved with him. So when he was there all the time, what is the point of depositing him somewhere in space and then returning from the other edge and say, I am God? What is the logic in this? Couldn't Rasulullah Sallam say in surprise, you have been with me throughout. When did you leave me alone for 1 second in all my life? And what is this joke? Now you bring me to somewhere in space, which is the edge of the universe, and leave me alone and come from the other side and say, look here, Muhammad, I am the God. I am God. It is an absurdity. It is in fact, unfaithfulness to Muhammad Rasulullah, to the Quran and to Allah. Then God as described in the Holy Quran is no longer that God which is found there. Because أَيْنَمَا تَمَلُّوا فَاسْتَمَا وَجْهُ اللَّهِ وَهُوَ مَعَكُمْ أَيْنَمَا كُنْتُمْ Allah nuru samawati wal ard. All these verses are rejected. What is left of God then? So this belief of the Muslims, so-called Muslims, in the real carnal, material meaning of this verse destroys our kalima altogether. No foundation is left for Muslims. There is neither a God left, nor a Muhammad Rasulullah left, who is Abd as well as a Rasul. And they still can't see the importance of this question. Do you see the meaning, the importance of this question now? Do you? Alhamdulillah. But this can be explained only tomorrow, inshallah. Tell our Arab brothers and sisters that I have taken over much time in explaining the second part. No translation time is left for us. So you will begin with the translation tomorrow, and inshallah I'll join you later. Tell them.
لقد قال حضرة أمير المؤمنين وأجاب على السؤال القسم الثاني من السؤال الذي طرحته الأخت مها، ولقد انتهى الوقت لهذا البرنامج، وسوف نقوم بإعطاء وعرض الترجمة في الحلقة المقبلة إن شاء الله. ونستأذنكم باسم حضرة أمير المؤمنين وجميع المشاركين في هذا البرنامج، ونقول حتى لقائنا في الحلقة المقبلة إن شاء الله.
السلام عليكم.
وعليكم السلام.